Zachary a slowly night. Never lasting truth I'd like to feel alive. Throwing not a camp party and a something stride.
Welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Renaissance Rants. In today's episode, and will be the first of, for the next couple of months, we'll be going over the PLEs of the last month. So these shows, the upcoming ones, including this one, will be done on the Wednesdays, releasing on the Fridays of the week after a WWE PLE, which will also then include me going over all the AEW PLE shows, NXT show PLEs and specials, and TNA pay-per-views. So we're going to be starting off with AEW, then going to TNA, and then the WWE shows. And then we have some little questions I put that we can go talk over after going over what happened in the last shows. And we're just going over the results of the past 4 shows. So with AEW All In, and sorry, a lot of these names I'm going to get wrong. I don't know half of them. Nightingale and Ishii defeat Statlander and Hathaway. Jamie Hayter returns. Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler win Trios title. Mariah May wins the women's title against Toni Storm in a classic match. Hook defeats Chris Jericho for the FTW title. The Young Bucks retain the tag titles. Real Ospreay wins the international title back. Monet retains. And Jack Perry retains with Sting return. Bryan Danielson wins AEW World title. And Ricochet debuts. Which is... I'm happy for Ricochet. I'm glad he returned, debuted. As well, there's really some nice returns. And really nice moments and classic matches there. So, pretty good AEW pay-per-view. Then we got TNA Emergence. We have Frankie Kazarian defeats Kushida, which I do know was from WWE. PCO retains against Shira with Macedona. Zachary Wentz wins X Division Championship in an Ultimate X match. Steve Macklin defeats Eric Young. Jordan Grace and Spitfire wins 6 knockout tag match. ABC retain World Tag titles. The System defeat Joe Hendry, Mike Satana, and the Hardys. Nick Nemeth retains against Josh Alexander in a 60-minute Iron Man match with 3-2 pins. 3-2 falls. I would have loved to see that match, some of those matches, but I can't watch TNA. Then we got WWE Bash in Berlin. We have Cody Rhodes retains. Belair and Jade Cargill win back women's tag titles. Punk defeats Drew in a strap match. Terror Twins defeat Liv and Dom. And Gunther retains. NXT No Mercy. Fraser and Axiom win back tag titles from Chase U. Ridge attacks the rest of Chase U. Zachary Wentz, I play as X Division champion, defeats Leslie. Connie Jordan retains against Wendy Chu. Alba Femi retains against D'Angelo Dawkins. Tony D'Angelo. Sorry, I heard Angelo and I went Dawkins. Roxanne defeats Jada Parker. Gorilla debuts after their match, and Ethan Page defeats Joe Hendry. Now, those are all the PLE pay-per-view matches and their results. Now, here are some things that will be padding in the rest of this podcast. I'm just being straightforward. So, the topics to talk about. First one is Joe Hendry. Where to next? So, Joe Hendry's loss at TNA Emergence and lost at NXT No Mercy. So, where does he go next? Does he continue in NXT, or does he appear on the main roster and go for any of that stuff? I think I personally would want... So I'll give you what I want and then what I think will happen. I would want Joe Hendry to go for the NXT North American Championship. that is a mid-card title, so could be a title that Joe Hendry could win, which would be very special. Plus, won't have to worry about anything with the main title picture. But what I think will happen is he might enter just a feud or keep chasing the world NXT title. And if they do, have him do some matches, appear on the main roster. But I don't think he'll win any of those titles until they make him go for a mid card. So that's why I'm hoping they do an NXT World, not NXT World, NXT North American title run. Could have maybe Trick Williams help Joe Hendry take out Obafemi, allowing Joe Hendry to get an upset victory. And then you could do a bunch of things. And then, who will win the IC title contenders match? Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, Ilja Dragunov, and Pete Dunne. So, what I put down here is, with Jey Uso, we could see Jimmy Uso return. Most people think Jimmy's going to return on SmackDown. We could see a Jimmy Uso return on Raw to help out Jey, which could then lead to Jey losing, Jimmy and Jey moving to SmackDown. Especially because the SmackDown after that Raw is the first show on the USA Network for SmackDown. And then could see both Jey and Jimmy coming out with Roman Reigns. But then I said for Pete Dunne area, we could see Sheamus or Trick or both. Because Pete Dunne attacked and has been involved with Sheamus a bunch and has recently attacked Trick Williams. So could see any one of them coming out to try to stop Pete Dunne from winning. So out of those, I think either between Braun and Dragunov, I think Dragunov's going to win. I think we're going to get Dragunov versus Braun Breaker, which would be an awesome match, especially at Bad Blood. If they do the IC title match at Bad Blood, which they should, but it would be a really good match to have there. I am confirmed. I am going to a Collision/Rampage show. I will be watching it. I will be there live, in the stadium, and I will definitely be trying to record stuff. I probably won't be able to bring my camera, so I'll have to record my phone. Try to get a bunch of recordings. I don't know how well I'll do, but I'll try to get a bunch of recordings on my phone, and then move those over and try to create a little vlog with it. Don't know how it'll go. Hopefully it goes well. Some other things I want to talk about is, now that Gorilla's back, Gorilla has debuted on NXT. A lot of people are saying Gorilla is going to win. It's going to go against Roxanne and it's going to win the title. It's going to defeat Roxanne and Roxanne's reign. If that is true, it most likely means they're trying to then set up a Gorilla versus Valkyr. I don't know how to say her name exactly, because she hasn't totally debuted on TV yet, but she has debuted at live shows. So I think if they are gonna give Gorilla the title, they're trying to set up a feud with the two that have a really awesome match for NXT PLE. But there are a lot of good women's wrestlers to see for a feud between either of those. We could see a rematch where Valkyr comes in and that sets up another match. Roxanne loses. But we could also see Gorilla win the first one, and then Valkyr comes out and helps Roxanne win it back. So then, yeah, they switch the title back and forth, but that happens. Plus, then that sets forward the feud of Gorilla and Valkyr without needing the title, and then eventually could do a rematch with a title on the line, or do a whole. I could definitely see him do a WrestleMania or NXT Stand and Deliver match together. That would be an awesome match to have, especially in WrestleMania weekend, because everyone has their eyes on what's happening there. Something I would love to see would be, because my father has been saying, and I don't know if it's been out there too, which is where my father was seeing it or not, but he's saying Buddy Murphy might be coming back to team up with someone from NXT, or might just be coming back as a husband, but maybe coming back to be part of a storyline. Don't know what storyline. Could maybe see him come back for the main roster for the Terror Twins, where it's those three versus the New Judgment Day. But could also see him coming back and do a whole thing in NXT, because that would be really cool to see. But there are, and this is the question I want. If you guys are watching this, to put into the comments, who do you think from TNA or ex-WWE star do you think will be re-signed next in WWE again? Because there are so many guys in TNA and free agents that were part of WWE that might be coming back, and I would love to see what you guys think might be the next person to come back. My thing is, I think Matt Cardona might get re-signed before Buddy Matthew debuts. Because I don't know about who gets re-signed first. I mean, like, who debuts first? Who really debuts on TV? And I think Matt Cardona re-debuts before Buddy Matthew. I could definitely see Matt Cardona being re-signed because of Chelsea Green, plus with TNA relationships. A Matt Cardona being on TNA, could definitely see a Matt Cardona coming back to WWE. Even if it's just between TNA and them, having him come back, would still be awesome to see Matt Cardona come back. And to end this off, I know, again, these are quick. I try to make them quick because there's not a lot to talk about. I will be having my next show after Bad Blood. My next show will be after Bad Blood. So if there's a AEW show, like special show or PLE, I will make sure I get the results of those. The results for if there's any TNA show, an NXT show, special show, PLE, like that. But also, put in the comments of this video, this podcast episode. If you're watching it on other platforms, go to the Ranger Code Podcast YouTube channel. Go to the video and put in the comments what type of topics you want me to see me talk about after I talk about the results. Because I'll write down some of the topics you guys want me to talk about, or some of the things you want me to go about, rumors, or any of that stuff. And I will talk about it. If it's rumor-based stuff, I'll do research and I will talk about it. Because I'm not the best at coming up with things to talk about, to give this more time, so maybe there's more that you guys want to be able to watch. So, put in the stuff in there that you guys want me to talk about. I might even put your comment on the video and editing when I start talking about the topic to show who does it. So your username will be put on. Unless you guys don't want your username in, then just put that in the comment and I'll block out the username. But I still want to be able to show where the message came from. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. And goodbye.